Right. Hippiekin.
Sylvan.
Yeah. I think there's some nice stuff
There's
here.
some fucking great shit.
This is yet another thing of let's actually inject a bit of character and excitement and
yes. When
uniqueness.
Sylvan had a lot of their uniqueness taken away from them by the Wiltfather change, which let everybody have Sylvan King's unique and
everyone
cool
gets
thing.
the Wiltfather.
Yeah, so then gave it some back, like, alright, so Sylvan King are going to steal all of your shit now.
Yeah.
So you get Kindred Warriors from Elves.
I actually forgot they existed.
Yeah.
I forgot.
If before this, I was going to just go off the top of my head, wasn't I? Well, I probably should check that. Oh, Kindred Warriors from Elves. Anyway, Air Elementals from Forces of Nature are actually good now.
It's really good.
Yes.
Well, Air Elementals haven't changed, but they, I think, were like the most overlooked, thick chaff unit in the game.
I was looking.
Very good unit.
My original Clash of Kings list for the last tournament had an allied contingent of a Centaur Shooty Strider unit. Two regiments of them because they had just amazing thick chaff for their points.
They're very, very good.
And they're flying. They've got Pathfinder and they're Unitron 2 and they've all that good shit.
Yeah.
And another unit for more lightning bolt because I'm not that nice.
No,
but then I took a nice list instead.
Yeah, but what anyway.
I shouldn't have won. I should have lost.
But you did. So keep going. So
Great Air Elemental,
which did get
also
better,
good,
and is
actually
now
got better.
very, very good.
Yes.
Needed to get better, wasn't very good.
Yes.
Previously.
And Woodland Critters, which is pointless because you've got Go Panthers.
Yeah, but it's thematic.
It is thematic.
Sylvan King should
it
have woodland critters.
Yes, you're right.
And they're pronounced Christmas critters. And I won't say the next line from South Park.
Yeah.
So we don't make any money from YouTube, but if we did, we'd be demonetised instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagination Land was probably one of the greatest episodes of the series.
It was.
It was great.
All of those things are very good. They are all really nice things.
Apart from Kindred Warriors.
Well, they don't exist. Yeah, they're great. There was a kind of a call for a long time for Sylvan King to get the Beast of Nature, which I wasn't unsympathetic to, but I much prefer them getting the Greater Air. Because that just fits to me far more the idea of their mages have summoned this rather than we've wrangled the Beast of Nature from somewhere.
It does speak to more of a symbiotic relationship with nature rather than a mastery of nature.
Yeah, they're not druids. They're not force of nature. They are
hippies.
The hippies, yeah.
Hippies wouldn't do that.
No.
Hippies would get high and imagine a great air elemental.
Maybe that's what it all is.
They wouldn't beat a horse down and fucking stick wings on the side of it, would they?
Is that what a Beast of Nature is? Just a beaten into submission horse with a few plastic wings on. So, yeah, I think the new units change the list quite significantly.
That's nice. I can see myself actually buying some air elementals.
Yeah, I think in your standard tree list, you could really add a few air elementals in because you've already got the surge.
And they're good because they're always going to help. Because the problem with the scouting tree list is that most of the elf shit that's backing it up is 12 inch and can't reach.
Couldn't stay behind it, yeah.
But your regiments and your hordes have got Pathfinder built in for your air elementals. Your greater one has. And you can be like, alright, I'm just going to cover your flanks so if you come in anyway. These guys are turn one when you scout forward, already helping.
Yeah. So, really, really good additions. I like them a lot. I think the Greater Air...
Stick chaff option, which they don't have either.
No, exactly. It's a brand new thing. Greater Air I would keep cheap, I think, personally. I wouldn't look for the Lightning Bolt or the Wind Blast.
No, 20 points for Lightning Bolt 3's a bit expensive. I mean, if you're taking... Even if you're taking 2, it's 40 points and you're thinking... Yeah. I don't know. And then you're thinking, do I take Surge then on the... You made. Yeah. And by that point, you spent 70 odd points. You're thinking, I could have just had another troop chaff.
I think Surge helps a lot more for Sylvan King than it does for the elves.
Yes, definitely. It fits better here. I wouldn't use it in normal elf lists. I'd think about it here, especially with the Awakened.
I will be here somewhere. Where are they? They're there. They're somewhere.
Somewhere in here.
Awakened. Because they were called Awakened, and people were complaining that we couldn't get woken there because it'll upset people. Don't ask.
No, but I'd prefer that because you can make stupid jokes as the unit's moving forward, can't you?
Exactly. No, so I think Surge 8 Elite actually is really useful. Again, if you're taking that in a mainly tree list as well, it's never going to be wasted with all that surge around.
Yeah.
And you're not having to rely on one of your tree herders.
You wouldn't be so bothered about because you're not going to do that because it's a tree herder. It needs to be in the fight.
Well, people used to have to take them for surging things, didn't they? And I've played against so many of the tree list where they've not taken a very good tree herder charge because they wanted to get a flank surge
from forest shamblers. Like, the shamblers aren't too much better.
And I'm looking thinking,
tree herder.
just put the tree herder in the front. You do more damage than you will with
shamblers.
shamblers
The front's going fucking nowhere.
Exactly. Anyway. Gladestalkers, I have to say that I think they get the worst deal of all the Gladestalkers.
I don't care. I really don't. Like, people are like blah 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 blah. They're not as good at this, not good at that. And like death through arrows for 5 points.
That's very good.
It's better than the piercing arrow. Like the piercing arrow is 10 points, and people take it for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know.
Half the price. Death through arrows. You can get in 1 to 2 to 3 more.
No, it's a very good upgrade.
For 5 points. I think it's class. You've already got a better shooting unit than the other two.
Yeah, no, I agree.
As a result of that.
The only thing I wish we'd done...
The thing that kills me with them is that stealth, like they should have had stealthy beforehand because that was the problem.
Yeah.
And now it's just one less thing to worry about.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's comparing them to the other Gladestalkers is the problem because a melee for stealthy doesn't feel right. The only thing I wish we'd done with them is giving them Spellward as well to really double down on that hidden unit.
Yeah, because that was what they were vulnerable to.
Yeah.
It was lightning bolts. Yeah. I mean, you've got the scout and you've got the stealthy where you don't have to worry about shooting anymore because you just go into a wood and be like, fuck off then, can't you?
But we didn't have a lot of chance to test anything else because people were so upset with ignore cover.
Yes, to be fair, that was...
Yeah, I have never seen a playtest reaction like it.
It was whoever came up with that was a strong decision.
Yeah, do not do that thing.
No.
It may have been me that came up with that. I can't remember who came up with it, but it may very well have been me, and it was some way of showing they can fire through trees, that they live in forests. And
it makes thematic sense.
It does, and it was one of these things of let's test this, let's get, and this is why we playtest everything because it was pointed out very quickly. This is not fun.
No, as soon as 4 or 5 of these turn over,
there is no counterplay.
Here's like 60 odd shots, and they've got death through. So here's another 5 re-rolls on the effect of vicious in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Very good.
It's a good move.
Stormwind Cav.
I like this.
I like this a lot. Again, it's down this route of more specialised, more expensive, but being good at what you do.
Already a regular, so you weren't taking them.
Yeah.
Pathfinder makes you think about it. You also get the Elf Quicksilver upgrade.
You do, but don't do it.
No, but everyone stole our tree herder. Everyone stole Wilt Daddy. We could take it back. So I think at this point you just keep it cheap.
I was going to say
I'd be tempted to run both of them.
Both of them, yes. Do not take sharpness with it.
40 points, and you're looking at Nimble, a Nerve, and a Pathfinder for 40 points.
Oh, I know, is money.
Nimble's 40 points.
Yeah.
That's standard.
No, and I'd take Nimble item on a standard one.
I'd consider it.
Yeah.
I do it on like a Varanga.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sons of Gorgon.
I've done it plenty of times. Yeah. So.
But then you go cheap. You take like Crushing or something like Mesa Crushing. That's that.
Yeah.
If you can do anything, just keep it real.
Yeah, they're elite still. They've got built-in elite with.
Crushing's an extra damage.
Yeah. But I know. But
because it is at the end of the day only a 15-17 unit with no damage mitigation, no wave of mitigation, and people quite easily kill something, which is then running around at nearly 300 points.
Yeah, but you can rally it, which is very nice. With the thing below, with the Warp Guardians.
I'd still be fucking terrified of it, isn't it?
Oh, I would, yeah.
It's expensive as is with all that. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the points investment.
Yeah, I agree. I
for an irregular unit.
I do agree. I love that Sylvan can get to have their own back and pinch something.
Steal something from someone else.
We were aware of that during cropped up and said, no, we're leaving that in. I like that.
Sylvan can get to do it to somebody else.
They can pinch something back. No, very nice unit. As you say, it's a reason to take an irregular unit.
I'd like to see them get centaurs, but I'm not going to complain.
But again, you then get into the thing of, are you homogenising everything too much?
Yeah, true.
Same with the Beast of Nature and everything else. Because the Beast of Nature already appears in 3 lists. 2 lists. Yeah, 2 lists. Green Lady, Herd, and Nature.
I've seen Herd.
Yeah, same with Centaurs. Centaurs are in now Green Lady, Herd of Nature. So it's,
yeah, that's fair. I can see that.
you know, you just be making every list the same list after a while.
That's fair.
Forest Shamblers, bringing back, well, they were called the Awoken Guardians.
Social Justice Guardians.
Social Justice Guardians, yeah. It's the Greta Thunberg Guardian. I like these. I really like these for encouraging elves and trees to play together in
I
harmony.
like them. You can take an upgrade on top of them.
Yeah.
If you want to go real
Take
expensive.
upgrades on you, Forest Shamblers.
If you're playing into it,
Yeah.
I didn't begrudge having sharpness on a Shambler Horde normally. I don't know if I'd do it on an already 20 points more expensive unit. But I think these are really solid. I think they're good as they are. I think you might go like Mesa Crushing, that kind of a cheap 5-10 point upgrade, and just say like that's good.
If you were just taking these, no, I was going to say Brush Haste, but
like Mesa Crushing with Elite is pretty much to nearly Brew Sharpness.
Yeah,
it's not far off, and it's far cheaper. So you'd be like, you can't complain because you're getting Rally on top of that for cheaper.
Yeah, I like them. Good.
They're really good, and it's a bit more character.
Yeah, exactly. It's character that encourages the combination.
I still think Forest Shamblers kind of suck, and I still think you're kind of forced into them.
Also, you wrote this, and you probably don't remember it. When I asked you ages ago, what could you put in to encourage elves and trees to play together? You said, just do something simple like give trees rally elves. So I wrote that down. Yeah. So I wrote that down and gave it to them.
Yeah, fair enough. I completely forgot about that. I'm going to take this as a win.
Yeah, because you said it. I know. I'm writing that down. We'll have that.
Does that kind of sound like my kind of thinking? Is that I got sick of the Sylvan King play only elves or only trees? Can you do something? That makes sense.
Hunters of the Wild. You wanted to mention these, didn't you?
Yeah, I think these are fucking horrible.
They are very, very cheap.
I was having this conversation. I had a bit of an argument on Fanatics very briefly, where I was comparing them to Kingdom of Men Footguard, where they are 10.
Same points, I believe. Footguard regiments.
I think the same. Yes, because the same points
now.
Same points as Footguard. As a regiment, they get 3 more attacks, Scout and Pathfinder.
Yeah. Bigger base.
Slightly bigger base is the only downside.
Yeah.
But 3 points, Pathfinder and Scout for the same.
Yeah, they're very good.
But
I think the issue is that the Footguard are overcosted.
The actual issue is that all those mediocre infantry units are slightly overcosted.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had this conversation when I realised I was talking about human clansmen. I talked about human clansmen a lot.
Yeah, I edited it all out. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, none of you saw this, but I had like 20 minutes.
Because it went on for like 20 minutes, and I'm getting rid of all
I was running into the actual maths and the theory behind it, wasn't I? Because I'm a fucking obsessed bellend. No, but you can run some really between the boss. We'll get to the formation. Between your tree father, wilt father, tree herders, wilt father, all that kind of shit. You can get a surging archmage. I played you with it, and it was just it was fun and
it was a
different
really
list.
interesting. But it was the first time I've seen a scout list that actually was good, because I've played that all scouting list so many times and just gone, this is bullshit.
I played against it
It's
myself.
boring. It's not good. People want it to be good, and every doubles tournament you've ever been to, you've seen double tree herder or double. Someone go, oh look, we've come up with this brand new idea, or it's all scouting, and you go, I don't give a shit.
You're not as smart as you think you are. It sucks.
They're Forest Shamblers.
You based me against Forest Shamblers.
The only person that's come close to making it work is Ed Herzig, and that's because he's played that same list now for a year, and he's a genius. And even he is struggling to get. Like,
it's never scared me. I've never looked at him and went, oh no, because it's like, well, you're shambling and you don't have much surge, so I've got 2 turns. If you were 12 inch normally, I'd have 2 turns. Yeah. So I've still got 2 turns.
Whereas now, it's now closer to a viable list, I think.
When you can put 4 or 5 units out which are reaching across into your deployment table edge, and you're thinking, I have to deploy 4 inch back.
Yeah.
That's the entire army going 4 inch.
That's a totally different.
If you're playing control or dominate, that's fucking scary.
Yeah, that's huge.
So invade, I'm on the centre line.
Yeah. Just roll first turn.
Game starts here.
Just do what I do, is roll first turn and then take you off in one go.
Yeah. That's the other issue. Every time I've played it, I've never got first turn.
No, Elf King. What do we think? I'm a big fan of all these sort of changes to the on foot individuals that are coming.
This Elf King shit is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Defense 4,
this is another one
attack 7.
That could take the Shard Blade if you wanted to.
Yes. But you take it with the Shard Blade with
formation.
In the formation with Ariana Grande, yeah.
Yeah. I'm a big fan.
You could take a second one and not feel too out about it, but I don't think you would. I think you'd go Master Hunter.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
The conditional change to Inspiring means that Master Hunter, who was Inspiring Tracker,
is now
just Inspiring,
yeah.
It's just better.
Yeah. And can take the Rampage or...
I don't know if you're going to change.
Slayer? No.
So yes, you can do that as well, which is worth it because he's already got 4 attacks.
Being clarified that it doesn't work on range rippers that have a set attack value, like the Engineer's long rifle, which is 3 attacks from the weapon itself.
The weapon that does it, yes.
But anything that gains the attacks from your attack profile, then it's fair game.
Yeah, makes sense.
Which I like, you could be a specialist master hunter. Which can take down big stuff. It's fine with me. No, I really like the Wanderer upgrade. I think it just works so well in the formation.
Yes,
that it's hard not to take.
And there's lots of different choices for how you upgrade it after that. You look at Gnome Glass Shield and be like, oh yes, sweet, awesome. You'd look at your Rampage and Slayer items and be like, good. You'd look at Duelist and think, oh, that's a really good option. You'd look at Blade of the Beast Slayer.
Elf King.
They're all fucking
Sabertooth.
I don't know.
Hunting card. So you could in theory get Duelist, Shard Blade, and Gnome Glass Shield if you really wanted to pile all the points on.
It's not fucking costly though. That's
the thing because he's not paying for the mountain.
Yeah, he's cheap. You've saved so many points.
All the points you're not paying on the mountain, you could have the melee 2, Duelist, Elite, Defense 6.
This is how you do it. This is how you design it.
This is how you make it up. This is all these things that the elf list can't do. You pile into here. I love it.
Yeah.
No, I really like the Wanderer.
I didn't think about stealing the cat off of elves. Oh.
See, so Sylvan Kin are all up on the stealing ship. Will Papa hasn't changed. Green Lady hasn't changed. Both excellent.
Good.
Will Father. Yeah. We don't need to say anything more about the Will Father.
No. We all know.
People don't already know. Gladestalkers we've already touched upon. Nimue. We touched upon the
in elves.
Alright. But here obviously Surge is probably more relevant than it is in elves.
Surge 4 is great when you need a 1. 1 inch surge. The other part of 1 inch surge is don't just put it 1 inch away and be like I need it. You need to be 1 inch in parallel for it to actually be 1 inch. Yeah. Otherwise you've got like Pythagoras and shit going on.
Yeah.
Which I keep forgetting about. Like, 1 inch away. No, that's not how it works, Tom. You're a bad man.
Yeah. But no, I think what I really like about Nimbu as a surger is that she's also inspiring, so she's still doing something, and she has Cloak of Death. Yep. So she's always still doing something while surging. So you
can pair her up with Tree Herder. One can go one side. Well, Wiltfather, sorry. One can go the other flank and be like, here's fucking
cover the line.
Here's 5 damage. Yeah. Here's 3 damage. Here's 4 damage. Yeah. Here's 6 damage. And you're like, fuck. Just
if you want to go full bullshit, you can take the Green Lady as well. Just cover the entire battle line.
It's like you're playing goblins, and the goblin player's like, look, I brought 60 dice, and you've maybe used 20 of them to mark all of my army.
Well, Cloak of Death's unbelievably good because obviously we've been playing a lot of halflings, and that 12-14 nerve on the cav is very low. And feels a lot lower when it's now effectively 11-13 and then 10-12.
11-13, and then that's a chaff.
Yeah,
troop,
exactly. I honestly go, fuck. You just get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, Nimue is great for stuff like that because it rocks up. You've got your fireball with shattering, and you're at Cloak of Death. You can run to one of those half-in cav units and go, right, now you're 11-13. I've done 6 hits. I've done 4 damage because your defense 3. You're up to 5 damage effectively. Yeah. And now I've got shattering, you're up to 6 damage. You're there thinking, that's 12-40 units.
Yeah.
8-6.
Yeah. No,
it's good. I think 150 points is competitive because it's competing with Green Lady.
Yeah.
It's competing with a tailored and custom Archmage.
It is competing with your high lightning bolt.
For something which does a bit of everything. I think
I don't think you'd ever struggle too hard to fit Nimue into your
You're not going to take Nimue to a tournament like, damn,
Yeah, I made a silly choice.
It's going to be like done one thing really well. At the time you need wind blast and last turn someone's on an objective and you go, get off the objective.
Well, it's the Swiss Army thing of you've got a bit of everything you need.
It's going to be relevant.
Yeah. No, very, very nice character.
Like it.
I like it a lot.
Back to formation.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get a beer while you talk about formation. You tell the nice people about the formation.
So, the formation reads, and their name is Ariana.
Have you figured out why it's called Ariana?
No?
Have you not figured out that's the reference? What's the name of the goddess of the hunt in Roman and
I don't know. I'm not too sure about Roman,
Artemis
but it's Artemis in Greek.
And Diana.
Ah, I didn't think of that.
I clever with my naming shit.
Ah.
It's the most simple, boring naming convention ever. I thought, I'm quite pleased with that.
Unfortunately, it's going to be known as Ariana Grande.
I would quite like that as well.
We've got Shakira, we've got Ariana Grande.
We're going to have the full pantheon of shit pop stars. So, Ariana Grande.
When Elven King with the Wonder upgrade. So, when Elven King gains, as part of the formation, Scout, Pathfinder, Speed 7, 7 attacks, and then goes down to Defense 4, and you've paid 5 points for all.
Yeah, it's just really, really good, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Guardians of the Glade. So you've got 2 Regiments of Forest Guard, which come in at 165 standard, so 170.
Yeah.
2 Troops of Boss Grace, which are 115, 105.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So they go up to by 5 points. And they all gain Scout.
Yeah.
They've all got Pathfinder.
Yeah.
So they're all going up first turn, 12 inches on the line. Your Boss Grace have got well charged D3.
That's the big thing, isn't it? So
that's 2 more units on top of Ariana Grande who have a turn 1 charge.
And your Brewer Haste unit.
You can haste
whether
one
that's
unit.
your Tree Herder or your something else. That's the big shift that I don't think the internet's picked up on yet, of what changes your Scout lists from what they were before.
Yes, Scout is...
Yeah. Because it used
you
to
might charge 1 unit.
Yeah, it used to be, you'd move it to the halfway line, but you weren't threatening anything, and 1 unit maybe was. But you didn't care because realistically it was either it was a trap for that one tree herd, or it was a trap for whatever unit it was.
You put on a Forest Shamble unit and everyone's like, it's Forest Shamble, so you put on a tree herd and it's like, well, I have to pay attention to that.
Whereas now it's 4 units. You've got 4 turn 1 threats.
Yeah.
That can charge. And all of a sudden,
you might have enough
as
surge to get a 5th unit in.
Yeah.
Now.
And you can afford to do that because if you don't make the surge, well, you've blocked up at least 4 of the units with your charges.
Yeah.
And maybe you get a 5th in, but it's not the end of the world if you don't. It's not like before where you still like a lemon an inch away from the enemy and it gets mobbed. This formation is much bigger than I think people are realising yet.
I think it's so good. It's everything you want. It makes things like Forest Guard regiments, which were not used ever, makes them usable. Yeah. Especially when you mix them up with your Woken Guardians.
Yeah.
So
which can scout up with them.
Yes, scout up with them with the lead.
They could be your speed 7 ones again.
They have a cut price upgrade. They can take haste if you want.
Yep.
That's awesome.
No, I really, really like it. I love that you can take your whole scouting Sylvan army still, but you can now have elves in it.
Yes, and the elves get to keep up and do something.
God forbid you can have elves in your scouting.
Boss Grace have the elf keywords, so they're also all social justice up by the open
Unrallied, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Master Hunters could be scouting up with it if you need a bit more inspiring.
Yes, that's when my 20 drop Sylvan Kin list.
Yeah,
it's got one of them in there.
Just for another scouting inspiring.
Another 7 speed 7 for a first in charge scouting unit. Yep.
You can even bring Glazedorkers with you if you really felt so inclined.
Glazedorkers always also work. Yeah.
Sylvan King doing something totally unique, really, really cool, and actually powerful.
The Ariana toolbox is just fucking massive.
No, I think the formation is a game changer for Sylvan King.
Yeah.
I think
it's just some really fun, cool shit.
A lot of the other stuff is really good.
You've got massive upsides and massive downsides. You still have to babysit both races. Yeah. Forest Guards still aren't quite good enough in combat.
No,
all of it's going on. It's all supporting each other. If you're smart and you play it well, it's really fun and interesting.
But as you said, all the other changes that we spoke about earlier synergise with the formation really well. Because your air elementals have got the reach to support them even after they've scouted. Your Stormwind Cav, in fact, are fast enough if anything charges those scouted units, then they're going to get walloped by Stormwind
Yeah,
Cav.
you got a turn 1 Pathfinder nimble charge, so it doesn't matter where you hide, they will find you.
Yeah. No, really, really nice army. An example of how elves can be fun.
Yes, there's some fun shit in there.
Yeah.